Hey, Tony guys here, popping in, getting a little work in. And remember, this year, what we trying to do, get our life together. And one part of getting your life together is working out. Getting you out there and getting you some work in. I gave away a treadmill on here before, and young lady won it. I think her name is Haru in California. $900 or $1,000 treadmill, and got it shipped out there to California. She sent me a picture of it. And every now and then when I'm able to be a blessing like that, I'll do that. But we gave that away. Now, well, I'm doing a little high intensity interval training right now. I had to hire a running coach for $100 a month and just get these little workouts. You know, people who love to run, it's nothing like, you know, it's not like, what would I call it? Personal training, so to speak. And if you need a running coach, just write in to me and I'll set you up. But that's something I had to do just so I could have, see, me personally, like, I could put you with my wife. She a runner, love to run, but I couldn't work with my wife because when you live with somebody, you see the person differently than when it's a client. So she'll give me a workout and it always just kill me. It's just too hard. And then that make me mad. So then I'm like, why are you trying to kill me? So sometimes what I do is just, I work with somebody outside. Same thing like with her. When she go train, she hire a trainer. We don't try to do workouts together. We try to separate that, you know, marriage from that other stuff, because sometimes you do too much, it could get in the way. So I'm working on this, just trying to get my life right. And what I'm doing is I decided to take the long road, and we'll make that the video. Take the long road, because when you take shortcuts, you get cut short. I'll take my ring off real quick because my finger gonna probably swell up. I go to work or not. You take the long road, because on the long road, it's gonna be some scenery. It's gonna be some scenery. It's gonna be some potholes, some detours. But what the long road gonna do is give you time. Give you time to mess up. Give you time to get lost and find your way. It's gonna give you time to clear your mind. Give you time to think. When you take shortcuts, you end up getting cut short because you really don't know where you're going. What I mean by that is, a lot of times when I want to lose weight, I would do a trendy diet. And what always happens with them trendy diets is you lose a bunch of weight and then you gain all of it back and then some. So I say, you know what? I'd rather just lose just a little bit and just be consistent. Just be consistent and make working out a lifestyle, because that way you can maintain it, and I can eat how I normally eat and just have portion control. Don't eat no whole bunch and then do other things like get rest. So instead of going to bed 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, go to bed 11 o'clock. Of course it ain't as early as I like, but we don't get home till 10:30 from practice. So I get in bed 11:30. That's good for me, without being on my phone and doing work until 1, 2 o'clock. Sleep till my body wake up. Got up this morning 5:30. You know, go and get my day started. Got me a little nap in my massage chair before I got up here. So we're doing a little workout today. This is a 10-minute warm-up walk. Now you could do this outside too. You could do this outside. It's a 10-minute warm-up walk. And my wife, she at the gym. I'm at the house. So she went to the gym because when she drop off our sons, it's closer to just go to the gym, and we paying that monthly membership. I pay a membership, but I don't go because I got a gym at home, and I used to go just for the sauna, but now I got a sauna at home. So it's like, but I don't want to cancel it just in case my wife want me to go up there sometime, or I need somewhere to have a meeting at. And so what my coach got me doing today, warm up for 10 minutes, then I'm gonna do a 90-second run, and then I'm gonna walk for 60 seconds. And then I'm gonna do a 60-second run. This workout number 3. I got 4 workouts this week. They all different workouts. And on the other days, I just do a little something. Do my own kind of workout, do a little walk. And this thing here, it take it out me now. It take it out me. But listen to me. You got to start where you got to start at. Wherever you got to start. So if all you could do is walk, then walk. Do what you got to do. Because one thing about the long road, you shouldn't be looking left and you shouldn't be looking right. You need to have your eyes on the prize. Have your eyes on the prize and be focusing on you. What you got to do. And that right there, that's going to change your life. Because we get too caught up worrying about what other people doing, what other people got going on, instead of worrying about ourselves and what we need to be doing. So I want you to think about this. Think about your goals. Think about your gifts. Now, we have a class tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 4:30 if you're over there in California. That's 6:30 if you're in Texas, in them area, Central. 5:30 if you are in the mountain time. And in class, we're going to be talking about how to identify your gifts, how to start a company, how to market your company, and then how to scale your company. Because, listen, we all could get it. Everybody could get out here and get it now. And this is what we got to be able to do. So class, Saturday school. It's only $25. I'm gonna put the link in the description if I remember. But I want you to get there. Because this is where we're finna start going to. Time to go to that next level. Time to be better. Time to be different. Time to grow. You'd have been the same for too long. You'd have been following the trends for too long. You'd have been stressing and struggling with generational curses for too long. It's time to change your life. Time to get better. And guess what? It don't get no easier. Don't get no easier. It just get different. Don't get easier, get different. It could get better without being easier. You can have better without having easy. That's what you got to realize and understand. My life better as far as my finances than what it was when I decided to change my life in 2007. But my life is not easier. It's way harder. Money changes things. People say money don't change people. They just become more who they are. That ain't true. Money changes people. Because, and you won't know until you get some real money. When you get some real money, then you can speak on it. Now the people who done had real money, I mean $1 million or more a year. So other people, real money might be something else. But real money could be 150,000 based on what we making in our world. So you could do things that you can't do when your money change. And being able to do different things can change you. You can have a more inflated sense of ego. Money change people. I notice people get more confident when they get money. They become more direct, more serious, more real. Go to telling you about yourself. Money will change you. People get more greedy when they get money. Some people get more scarcity when they get money. Money will change you. People don't want to admit though. So listen to me. I did 90-second run, 60-second run, and now I'm on 90-second run. 1 minute walk in between each run. Then I got to do another 60, 90, 60. Then I'm gonna do a 8-minute cool down walk. Workout done. Listen to me. You got to make a decision that you're gonna change. And you have to put non-negotiables on your daily routine. And sometimes in this, you need somebody to doubt you. And sometimes in it, you need somebody to believe in you. Right now, I don't have anybody to believe in me. Not anybody that it'll really mean something. I don't got anybody to believe in me right now. My wife, she told me the other day, they got an inside joke about my t-shirt that say consistency. See, they thought the consistency was talking about working out. The consistency was talking about my video production. But when I found out that her and my son laugh when they see that consistency, because I don't be working out every day, I said, okay, I got something for you. I'm gonna show y'all. See, sometimes we got to have, or all the time, we got to have a why. I'm gonna tell you, I care more about my sons than I care about myself. So my why is for my sons. That's my why. My why is so that my oldest son, and then later my youngest son, when my oldest son see me at 38 years old, before I turn 40, when he see me get fit, when he see me with a flat stomach, that's gonna affect him. It's gonna affect him. And And that's what I need him to see. Because it's one thing to talk about it, it's something else to be about it. So I could talk to him all day. Say, yeah, son, you need to be working out on your game. You need to be working on your game every day. You need to be getting better every day. You need to be doing this. And pushing yourself. He said he's finna start back reading books. That's great, but you're in school. You're already reading books. You're reading books on subjects that you gotta take a test on. So, why you finna start reading fiction books? Guessing to relax. So I had to ask him, I said, son, you wanna work in a library or you wanna play pro soccer? Because if you already taking AP classes and all honors classes, you're doing all kind of reading. But if you say you want to go pro and you're not working out, you're not working on your game other than when you are made to practice, you ain't going pro, son. You don't go pro only doing what you made to do. You go pro by doing extra. And so I had to say that. And I know it's a lot of y'all scholars, a lot of y'all studious people. Oh, reading is fundamental. You should encourage reading. Yeah, I'm encourage it in the season that he needed. He don't need a fiction book right now. He ain't got no stress. He ain't got no bills. He ain't got no bills. Like, man, if you stress as a student, living in a 6-bedroom house with 3 meals a day, well, listen, life gonna destroy you. Life gonna destroy you, boy. Listen to me. Got to build toughness. Got to build character. Like, okay, you want to be a professor? You want to be a scholar? Read all the extra books outside of the books you read at school. But you trying to go pro? Oh, that 30 minutes. Do 30 minutes of work. You ain't gonna read 30 minutes. And you could call that balance. Listen, we ain't all gonna get it right. I'm gonna tell you like this. God allowed me to be a millionaire. And the only book I done really read is the Holy Bible. So see, I ain't talking from just pulling out my behind. I ain't pulling out my behind now. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from experience. What go in gonna determine what come out. What go in gonna determine what go out. I watch people read literally thousands of books and produce one. Read thousands of books and don't start one company. Read thousands of books. Listen, you gonna be a reader or you gonna be a doer. They say readers are leaders. That's a lie. The leaders is the one who write the book. Very rarely is it the one who just reading the book. Ain't nothing wrong with reading, but you got to do. You have to do. You have to do. It don't do you no good to read all these books if you're gonna sit on your hands. I'd rather you fail on your face, fail forward, having not read a book, only reading your heart and your blueprint, than to be reading books all the time and doing nothing. That's why the Holy Bible says, be a hearer and a doer of the word. Not just a hearer of the word, Some people just hear the word, but they don't do. That's why I have to tell people around me who say they love God and say they believe in God, listen, you have to do. You got to do. So if you say you love God and you believe, then do so you could get the blessing on what you're doing. But if you're not doing, then all the knowledge of scripture you have is for nothing, because you're not exercising your faith. You got to exercise your faith. You got to start something. You got to start something. And if it doesn't go the way you want it to go, you can abort the mission and start something else, because now you have learned how to start. And so listen, I start things and I ride it, see what it does, see what kind of traction it has. And if it don't have good traction, if it's not catching on, I start the next thing. Sometimes you start something and it catch on and you like, whoa, okay, I got something here. I got something. And voila, there you go. Now listen, we just did a little workout together. We just did a little workout. Warm up 10 minutes, run 90 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 60 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 90 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 60 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 90 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 60 seconds. Now, cool down, walk 8 minutes. There go the workout. Shout out to the running coach. Now see me, I got a little more in the tank, but when you on the long road, you can pace yourself. See, when you just finna race a quarter mile, you put the pedal to the metal and you leaving everything on the track because you just going a quarter mile. But when you finna do a marathon, you can't just put the pedal to the metal and give every ounce of you right out the gate. You got to find a pace. You got to find a pace. And you have to be physically conditioned, but you also have to be mentally conditioned. So what I'm building right now is my mental. I'm stronger than I look. I posted on my story bench pressing 300 pounds. I'm stronger than I look now, but I got to get it here. Because when I go to running long distance, my mind go to saying, what are you doing this for? You already accomplished. You already earned decent money. You already saved. You already secured your eternity. You already married. You already got kids. You already got a house and car and life insurance. What are you doing this for? What you running this long for? This don't make no sense. What do you have to prove? So I have to get the mental conditioning so I could overcome those limiting thoughts. And I could be able to say to myself, I'm proving this to myself that I could do this. And I'm also proving it to my family. So back to what I was saying, my wife told me, she was like, yeah, that consistency. We got a little running joke about that consistency. I said, oh, she know what she said. She know what she said, because let me tell you something. Some of y'all is from the same cloth. Some of y'all are from the same cloth I'm from. And let me tell you what this cloth is. This cloth is a cloth of knowing who you are. And when you know who you are, sometimes you're afraid to show who you are because you don't want somebody else to feel bad about themselves. Listen to me. Listen to me. Sister, y'all in here worried about y'all body. But if I go to getting to work, listen, I'm going to need me a stick to keep these women off of me. You hear me? If I go to get into some work and I get that 8-pack back, man, look here. Man, look here. I'm going to need security. See, you got to have that kind of knowledge and understanding and mindset to know who you are. And to know that when you're back against the wall, when somebody trying you like a basil, or basically as a crackhead, that you could show up and show out. Listen to me now. That you could show up and show out. So listen, I'm gonna take my time. I ain't gonna rush it. I ain't gonna rush it because I'm gonna tell you another thing. As a married man, I think about my wife. Her schedule is different. Her body is different. Her hormones is different. And I have seen as a man that when I go work out, my body responds. And I have seen in the past where my body will be responding and her body might not be responding, and that'll make her feel demoralized. And that happens in a lot of marriages, a lot of households where one spouse is getting results and the other may not be getting results in business or in working out or in life. And at that time, when you care about your spouse, you don't want to just leave them in the dust. You want to inspire them. And so that's why, honestly, that's why I haven't gone crazy, because she done had 2 kids and she working through, from being a bodybuilder, she working through her adrenal glands being messed up and having to, get things back on track. I don't want to be walking around just all ripped to shreds and then she's struggling trying to get it back. So what I said, you know what? By me not having any consistency, it'll slow her down. But by me having consistency, it'll inspire her. So she getting up and she going to the gym every day. She going to the gym every day and it's inspiring. And then when I see her, oh, your body looking good. Oh, your body looking good. Reinforcing and encouraging. She don't hear it. She don't hear it because she don't like that. But eventually she'll hear it. And I seen this guy. This old white guy. And no offense to white guys. But when your tag say made in Africa, you built different. When your tag say made in Africa, you built different. Now Greece might be in Europe. I don't know where Greece at. But it's some made in Europe that is, some specimens. Brazil might be in Europe, and I heard about the guys say they like Brazilian women booties. I think that's why they got the Brazilian butt lift, actually, maybe. So it's some people that's built in other places. But one thing about that built in Africa, don't get jealous now, because that's where the human race started. One thing about that built in Africa, now I'm going beyond my cool down because I'm talking. One thing about that built in Africa, let me tell you. I'm gonna go and walk 2 miles. See, sometimes I coming close to a mile marker, to a threshold. Go ahead and get there. Pick up this here speed a little bit on this walk. Go ahead and get there. See, when they say built in Africa, woo, you know you built different. You know you built different. So I seen this brother, old Caucasian brother, ripped up, doing a podcast. Now listen, if you get on a podcast to motivate and you got an 8-pack of abs, there's not a man in the world that's not gonna listen to you, because you are showing what you talking about. I got a quote that say, I cannot hear you. Show me what you're talking about. So when anybody get right, that consistency shirt gonna hit different. It's gonna hit different. Listen to me now. I DM the guy. He got a lot of followers too. So I didn't know if he's gonna respond. And I DM'd him. Ironically, a lot of times the white guys respond before the black guys. That's just crab in a barrel. That's just how we just sorry like that sometimes. It's like, boy, I know you see this DM, because this way you in here be catfishing at. You see this DM, Negro. But see, the white guys, they'll answer it quick. No matter how big they is. Or how they team answer it. And so I DM the guy, I say, hey sir, I want to ask you, are you married? Because I see you work out, but I wonder if you married and working out. Now, I got to go back to his page because I ain't see his wife on there yet. So I don't know if she work out or or if he just try to separate family and business, I probably got to scroll down a little more. But he wrote me back, because I said sometimes, you know, being married and having kids, your schedule will be a little different, and it'd be harder to work out. He wrote me back, he said, yes sir, I'm married, going on 15 years or 10 or 5 years or something, and I got 2 kids, 2 sons. I say, let me get up. The next day, I committed to working out. I wrote him back, I say, well sir, you just took every excuse that I was hanging on to. See, I'm not just talking to you, I'm doing. I ain't just talking to you, I'm doing. Now you tell me what other relationship coach, life coach, you see on that treadmill doing the work. Now some of you just could probably look at their body and tell they're doing the work, but I believe in taking somebody with you. Don't just show me the final result, because you could have went and got your BBL. Because men getting BBLs now. You know they got arm surgery to take the fat out the back of your arm. They got stomach surgery. They got pec surgery to give you pecs. They got it all. So it's like, we don't know what to believe. We don't know what to believe today. I can't bring myself to go get this here little bit taken off. I can't bring myself to do that. I got to earn it. And if I can't earn it, I don't deserve it. If I can't earn it, I don't deserve it. I don't even want no veneers. I went and got braces. I don't even want no veneers. Yeah, veneers will make my teeth look better, but I don't even want none. It's like, listen, I want what God gave me. I want what God gave me. So listen to him. He told me that. I said, well, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard, you know, to work out, because you got family, and then too, if your spouse don't want to work out, or if, you know, you don't want to be like you competing. And he said, well, maybe you working out will inspire those around you to work out. I say, yeah, you're right. My wife don't really need inspiration to work out. She just have to find the time to work out. She just got to be able to, you know, put her time together. And when she goes to work out, I can't work out with her because she work out too hard for me. Let me tell you that now. Okay, did 2 miles total on here. And then I like to stop it on the watch. The watch says our total calories 566 calories burned. This old Garmin, so it's pretty accurate. That heart rate max at 170. That was some work. See, my heart be working. The average 154. I was way up there. That's how out of shape I am, though. I'm out of shape. They say I'm overreaching. They say I need 72 hours to recover. No, brother. I got to get it in tomorrow. Got to get it right back in tomorrow. See, listen. I ain't running a sprint, I'm running a marathon. But one thing about the marathon is you got to be consistent. You got to have your consistent pace. And you got to be going. I ain't never ran now, but I know what it takes. At least in my mind, till I get out there and I'm feel something different and be ready to quit. But I'll be done condition my mind so I'll be able to go. So listen to me. Now this my song. So I got this here song. And they dropped it. Could have sent it back, caused the issue, but I'm like, that don't affect nothing, so I'll let it be damaged. I know how some of y'all is, but I'm the type of person, I'm just like, I don't like a hassle and a headache. And so being that the thing still work, I probably don't even know what I was showing y'all. Oh yeah, you see it. Being at the thing, and see how I just showed you that flaw? I ain't have to show you that flaw. Cause some people personality, they can't sleep, something like that, come in the mail. And they done spent their hard-earned money on it. They can't sleep, but see, everything is a lesson. Everything in my life, that's how People ask me, Tony, how you shoot so many videos? Because everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. You have to be a student of life. You got to learn from every little thing. What that is it's the beauties. There's beauty in scars. Your scars will remind you how far you've come. That came a long ways. And it got dropped, it fell, but it still got here, and guess what? It still works. So that right there is a representation, a metaphor for life. You've come a long ways. You've been dropped, you've been scarred, but you still are useful. You still are of use. You still have value. Now, you might not have what you think is all your value, but you still can serve your purpose in spite of your scars. In spite of the things that you call ugly, there is beauty in scars. And that's what we got to understand. So when I seen another man, and that's what I try to tell y'all, the reason why I'm helping lead the movement that I'm leading is because no man wants to be less than another man. So when a man sees another man doing something that is deemed as manly, that man says, I want to be a man like him. I want to be as manly as him. So if there can be more voices that stand up as men and say, we believe in marriage, and we believe in one woman, and we believe in being 100% faithful. We believe in taking care of our minds, healing from our trauma, taking care of our body, and taking care of our business, but living purpose through business. If there could be more men to take that stand, that mindset, because of its stability, because of its pursuit, because of its balance, will be reinforced by women. Women will say, you know what? That's the kind of man that I want to settle down with. That's the kind of man I want to be in union with. A man who has a mission, and a man who has surrendered to his purpose and his calling. And so when women will say that, then other men will look and say, if women like that, then that's what I need to be. That's the type of man I need to be. But if they could see men who are doing less than becoming things, and they're not living right, and yet they still got all these women, then they're not gonna be able to change. But when women say, we no longer own y'all jokers that wanna cheat, that wanna have 2 and 3 women, two wives, that wanna do all this here nonsense, all this get rich quick schemes and all this, we ain't on y'all. When women band together and start saying that, the men gonna start changing. Because women say they try to impress other women, men try to impress women. So that means everybody impressing women. So that tell me if women trying to impress women and men trying to impress women, that tell me women got the power. That tell me women got the power. You see, I learn from life, and I'm asking you to shift your mindset and start learning from life. Life is a teacher. Get the lesson. Life is a teacher. Get the lesson. It's time to get the lesson and change your life. So when I seen that man who I know is not naturally, I know his genetic makeup, even though he had a full hairline, but to let me know he had a full hairline, that let me know he got one of those genetics where you be real baby face. You be real, can't grow no facial hair. Everything grow late. To have that full head of hair he got. Or he could have went and got that treatment, because it also did look a little too real to be true. That hairline was flourishing. He had old Johnny Bravo slick back. I mean, hair all coming, hair come up, then go back. It was gray. Like had a little ash gray. He looked like he in his 30s, early 30s, could have been in 40s though. Man taking care of his body, but see one thing about it, some men, they become maniacal. Your man say he wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever time, go get in the cold tub, then go work out. Bro, you keep that cold tub now. Hey, you better do everything now. Got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere. Listen to me. But when I seen that, I say, listen. Nah, I know he ain't genetically superior to me. So if he could do this and his body could look like that, then that let me know my body could look like that. And then listen though, I ain't trying to look like a mutant. I done looked like a mutant before when I was playing college football. I ain't trying to look like no mutant ninja turtle. Teenage mutant ninja turtle now. I just want to look healthy, decent. Take my shirt off and my son and my wife, okay, got a few abs over there. You see what I'm saying? Because when the people around you can't believe in you, and that's the hard part, is we all are something in the eyes of the public that we are not in the eyes of the home. We all got two sides. We all got two personalities, and the goal is to become one person. Here's what I mean by this. When you go out into the public, you may be, oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, yeah, great to see you. So nice. And then when you come home, you Corella DeVille. And your children like, man, what's wrong with you? Man, how you was out there so nice and all chummy. Now you in here, and you a doggone terror in here. You lost your mind. And that's how I am. Not like that now, not like no terror, but the thing about it is I could give, and I want you to think about this with yourself, because this is a human thing. We can give better advice than we can take. So I say, you know what? I had to make sure, I got to make sure that I'm doing, that the same man that I'm talking about, that the same man, the same advice that I would give a woman, what advice would I give my wife in dealing with me? What would I tell her about me? If she called me as a client and she told me what she don't like, and she told me where I'm struggling at, and I didn't know it was her, what advice would I give her? What would I tell her? And I say, that right there, that thing hit me. And guess what? I'm still not where I want to be. Are you where you know you can be in your life? See, you might be good enough for me, but are you good enough for you? See, you could be good enough for somebody, but are you maxing out your potential? Are you at the level of living, of love, that you know you can be at? And that's the key. You have to get to where you know you can be, not to where other people say it's good enough. Because where other people say it's good enough may be mediocre. And it's mediocre because not many people desire greatness. Not many people want greatness. So a lot of people, they want you to be average. They want you to be regular. They want you to be mediocre, because that means you will never make them feel uneasy or uncomfortable about their mediocrity. So you gotta be able to go to the next level. You gotta be able to do what you know you are called to do, to be who you know, to be at your best. And I'm here to tell you what we have to do. And I'm never talking to you, I'm talking with you, because I'm growing as I'm talking to you. I'm holding myself accountable as I'm talking with you. So what we have to do is we got to keep analyzing ourselves. And the reason why, if you watch every video, you're going to hear the same stuff, some of the same stuff over and over, but that's good. Because I heard it said that we need to hear the same thing 16 times before it's fully committed to our long-term memory. And I have to say the same stuff because principles don't change. So it ain't gonna be one whole plan over here on one video and then a whole opposite plan on another video, because principles don't change. And that's what we got to understand. But the other thing is not everybody sees every video. So I got to reach people where they at when they come to see it. And this is the thing. People have such a short attention span. But see, greatness, you're gonna have to go further than people go for mediocrity. See, greatness gonna ask you to go deeper. Greatness gonna ask you to stand and be steadfast. Greatness is gonna ask you, it's gonna require of you that you can tarry long, that you can go, that you can stand, be beat down and continue to stand. That's what greatness is gonna require of you. And that's why I do long form content, because it's not for everybody. See, if I could solve the world and heal the world in 3 minutes, that ain't what you want, because that's microwave success. That's a microwave society. We need to be an oven baked society. We need to be firewood. We need to be slow cooked. See, we need time to get right on the inside and the outside. We need to be all around good to the bone. And you got to be slow cooked to be good to that bone. You hear me? And so I need you to understand this. And what I've been dealing with in my life is, and this me, but I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that we all dealing with something. But what I've been dealing with in my life is managing expectations, managing my responsibilities. See, what I'm learning in this season of life is how to set boundaries and how to live for an audience of one, how to live for God, how to be obedient to the basic instructions before leaving earth, the BIBLE, how to be obedient in every aspect of this instructor's manual, this owner's manual for my life, how to be a good steward, how to bridle my tongue, how to guard my gates, my eyes, my ears, my mind, how to watch my conversation, how to watch my eyes, what I'm looking at. Am I lusting? Am I lying? Am I deceiving? Am I manipulating? Am I greedy? Am I a hypocrite? How to watch these things and how to be mindful of these things, and to say, listen, let me make sure that my wife and my household is my first ministry. Let me make sure that I'm growing as a husband, that I'm growing as a father, that I'm growing as a businessman, that I'm growing as a mentor. Let me make sure that I'm growing. Let me stop making promises that I cannot keep. The Bible tells you don't make a promise. And I'll go out and I'll try to help everybody. And I'll say, yeah, okay, man, I want to do this right here. Man, if you start this right here, I'm going to help you with it. And then they go and start it. And then my season done change. And I'm like, oh, man, I can't be the help that I thought I could be. But it's because I spoke too soon. Instead of letting them do what they was going to do and not do something just because it hinges upon me. But let them go and get it out the mud. Let them go and sacrifice and do it. And then when they do it, then I come and say, now you done got going. Let me add on to it so that your cup runneth over.
Let me be a blessing. So the Lord still giving me that part of wisdom, because when you're a giver, sometimes you overextend. We overextend as givers. We overpromise. We make promises that we can't keep because we want everybody to be blessed. We want everybody to be happy. But what we fail to realize is that the blessing that we want everybody to have, God don't want that for them. God don't want for them what we want for them, because God can see what we can't see. So God know that where we want to put them at, where we want to get them to, God know they're not ready for it. And so sometimes God will take and close our hand or shut down, turn off our faucet so that we can't keep being a hindrance to people he trying to reach. Now this all, this spiritual. Everybody ain't gonna make sense to everybody. But I had to realize, I said, Lord, might I be suffering because I am being a hindrance to my brethren? Might I be suffering because I'm being a hindrance to my family? Might I be suffering because I'm setting the wrong precedent, because I'm sending the wrong message? Might I be suffering due to that? And when I sat with the Lord answered my prayer and said, yes, son, you have to first be a good steward. A good steward over your body. A good steward over your mind. A good steward over your time. A good steward over your mouth. A good steward over your money. You have to be a good steward. I might already said money. And that thing hit me like a ton of bricks. So we have to be consumed with ever growing. We have to be growing or we will be dying. And that is what has to be understood. And so often we don't understand that. And remember, it does not get easier. It gets different. It just changes, but it don't get easier. And we got to understand that. So, hey, listen to me now. We working, we growing, we grinding. I'm about to get in this here sauna. This sauna has actually been, my skin looking all right. So that sauna, okay, it ain't drying me out like I thought. But it be draining me though. Woo, my eyes be so red. I might not be drinking enough water when I'm in there. I'm finna go get me some waters actually. Get me some waters. Ring up here, hit me by 34, 54, 51 ounces of water while I'm in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now listen to me now. I want you, some of these messages, when you find your message that's gonna bless you, you put it on repeat. The other night, or the other day, I got in the bed and I laid down. And my wife, she said, why you in the bed in the middle of the day? She wanted to hear me say, I'm tired. So that she could say, see that I told you, now you see what it feels like waking up early every morning. You wake up early and you can't even make it through a day. She wanted to prove her point because she wake up early every day. That's what she wanted. I ain't even finna give her that. I said, I'm meditating. Took my butt to sleep. But what I was doing is I was listening to a guy who was talking wisdom. He was talking wisdom now. And I ain't fully vetted him yet, so I can't be stamping. But he was talking wisdom. So I said, okay. And that was in my subconscious. And it was saying some things. And I just laid there, closed my eyes, did my breathing exercise, and it ended up falling asleep. Don't know how long I was asleep. Could have been an hour, could have been 2. But went on ahead and did that. And I say that to say, when you find a video that speaks to you, when you find your video that speaks to you, take and Just play it and just sit on down. Just sit on down with it. Sit on down and just let it play. Let it play. And then from there, get my little towel. Then from there, go ahead and play it again. Play it the next day. Play it the day after that. And keep on, just let it play. Let it get in your spirit. Let it get in your subconscious, because what you got to realize about the mind is when you hear one sentence, your mind go to visualizing. So you'll visualize something and then you miss the next sentence. Like you can probably just miss what I just said because your mind went somewhere on the last sentence, so you missed the next sentence. So each time your mind and visualizing it went somewhere off of a sentence, the next time you hear the message, you'll skip over that sentence that you went off on a visual with last time, and you'll grab the next sentence and you'll go off on a visual with that. And that's why you got to listen to it so many times, because your mind going to start to paint a picture for every sentence that you hear. And how many sentences is in a video like this? It's a whole lot of sentences. And so you need to be able to really let that message go deeper. Let that sentence that you heard take you deeper. You need to be able to let it take you somewhere. You hear what I'm telling you? So listen to me. When you find you a message, and I'm gonna get off here at an hour, and I have to take my shirt off when I'm in here, but I can't, be on here with no shirt on no video. Inappropriate. I ain't that kind of person now. So listen to me. When you get this message, and now you can listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, every time it's gonna inspire you differently. And that's the goal of these. I ain't talking for my health, just my health. I am talking for my health, but I'm talking for your health too. And we got to be unconventional, but we got to be dedicated and committed to what we trying to do. So it's time to go. It's time to get going. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. And listen to me. Do not take shortcuts. Go the long road. I come in here and I work out and I go get on the scale. I'm heavier than I was the day before. The next day, okay, I see a pound. Next day, 2 pounds off. Next day, 3 pounds. But it's just water weight. It's fluctuating. Next day, I might be swollen from lifting. Scale. So the scale gonna lie to you. You just got to go by how you feel. Go by how you feel. Go by what you feeling while you working. You feeling better. Like, so the run I did, listen, that wasn't really no lighter. It wasn't any lighter than the workout that the running coach had me doing last week. But I was able to do this workout while talking and thinking. Not just talking, but I'm thinking and talking while working out. My watch said I burnt 566 calories. My heart rate got up to 170, and I was able to think and talk. So that let me know I'm getting better. Because the first workout she gave me on the first day, I couldn't get through half of it. I think she overestimated where I was at physically, because I'm made in Africa. And so a lot of time when you made in Africa, people assume you have a higher tolerance for pain. They assume that you just tougher. They assume that you just, that's why a lot of black women and black men don't get the proper care in the medical field, because the doctors assume that you're not really hurting. You all right. You can handle this. Go on home, take this Tylenol, and the next thing the person wake up dead. And that's real now. So then I had to let her know, hey, this is where I'm at now. This is where I'm at. I ain't even do half of this what you giving me. So then she done scale it back, and now we climbing on up. So, hey, know where you at and know where you trying to go, and commit to your non-negotiables and be ready and willing to do the work. Hey, this is Tony Gas. I hope to see you in class now. If you got this far, you better be in class tomorrow now. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Link in the description. See you in class tomorrow.